The Olympic Winter Games don't officially start until this Friday, but China already the front runner for the gold medal in spying. A hacker affiliated with MIT claims to have reverse engineered China's mandatory COVID tracking app. He claims, quote, all Olympian audio is being collected, analyzed, and saved on Chinese servers using tech from USA blacklisted AI firm iFlyTech. In other words, the commies are going to know all the important stuff, like who's hooking up with who has the condoms, and who smuggled the edibles into the Red Kingdom. On top of that, the FBI once again warning athletes to leave their phones and electronic devices at home. So what do the Chinese plan to do with this information? And more importantly, what can we do about it? Mike Baker joins me now. Baker, you've spent the better part of 35 years thwarting the commies. What are they up to?
Yeah, that's true, and we're still thwarting them. Look, we've been advising, business executives and a variety of others traveling to China for the past 20-plus years to leave your electronics at home and to get yourself a temporary or burner phone for while you're in country. So this idea that, there's concern over what could happen coming up with the Olympics here this month shouldn't be shocking to anybody. No. But it's well worth repeating. Look, from the 30,000-foot view, I will say this, that I understand I'm a sports fan, right? I love sports, although curling and the biathlon don't necessarily blow my skirt up.
They should combine them.
They should combine that. How good would that be? Yes. But I think the problem is, and I understand also the idea that athletes, shouldn't, be pawns in a political game. I do think, however, that maybe all the dead and enslaved Uyghurs, maybe all the jailed Hong Kong democracy advocates, and maybe the countless people who have died from the pandemic because the Xi regime in China wasn't open and transparent at the very outset of the pandemic, they all may have a different opinion. I would like to have seen us, not give China the chance for this big propaganda base by not letting them host it. And then I think we really should have had the balls to boycott, as a country, the Olympics going forward, because they don't deserve it.
They don't deserve it. The IOC never should have awarded China the Games. That is a corrupt organization. The corruption needs to be rooted out completely from that institution. And they have been dealing with that, or not dealing with that, I should say, for decades. And shame on them. And every time we talk about it, I'm going to talk about how the IOC is so culpable here. But China is basically telling athletes, if you try and be activists, we will throw you in jail. So what now, and as a CIA guy, what would you tell American athletes about some clandestine rabble-rousing if they wanted to stir things up there in China?
Well, you know what? I would tell them the same thing that we tell companies that are looking to build facilities there in China, and they always ask the same question, well, how do we protect our IP? And our answer is you don't. I'm sorry. So once you're there, the athletes just need to understand that they will be monitored. The Chinese regime, the PLA, the intel elements there, have incredible resources and ability. And so they will be monitoring, recording, watching all the activities, conversations that take place, not because they think, the athletes will be talking about some great intel. They don't care. They have the resources to hoover up everything, and this is what they do, and then they sift through it later on to determine if they have something of value or not. So really, if you're thinking about going to the Olympics and engaging in shenanigans, the advice is just don't do it. Wait till you get out of country. And look, this is not, again, something new. We've talked about this before. Yeah. But the Chinese regime, they are now the second largest economy in the world because for decades they have been stealing research and development. They have been stealing intelligence and economic information. And to the tune of $30, $40, $50 billion in damage to the U.S. a year.
And they agreed to stop doing that. Back in 2015, obviously, it is laughable. They're still going, but the most important question I have for you, Mike, how are athletes supposed to hook up with each other? If they can't use apps like Bumble and Tinder, are they supposed to talk to each other face to face?
Ooh, that's a scary proposition.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think
They're all like Gen
anybody
Z.
should have to be dealing with that sort of thing. But yeah, I've heard the stories too. I was never in the Olympics, although I always wanted to be. But I've heard the stories about what goes on sometimes in the Olympic Village.
Yeah. Never take a black light into the Olympic Village. That's all I'm going to say. We have to leave it there for good reason, mostly standards and practices. Mike Baker, you're a legend. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you, Ken.